Hi guys! So it's been a while, and the reason I've been MIA for so long is because I've been finishing up my senior year in high school, and I finished it. I'm officially a high school graduate, and with all my final exams, I didn't have any time to read, and um, just all my attention was on school. And last Saturday I had my graduation, and it was lovely. And now I'm back, and I'm back into reading, and it's been great. It was horrible not being able to read because I would pick up a book and I'd feel guilty because I know that in the back of my mind I should be studying and not reading. So now that I don't have that guilt, that voice in my head anymore, I'm back into reading, and today I'm gonna be reviewing I'm Not a Serial Killer by Dan Wells. Here's the cover, back. So you can see it's not a very long book. It's 271 pages long. Overall, I enjoyed this book. It was very intriguing, I must say, but I would have to give 4 out of 5 stars, even though it was very captivating. And the topic of discussion in this book, serial killers, is a topic that fascinates me a lot. Not in a creepy way, I'm just really fascinated by the psychology of a serial killer, just what goes on in their head and what leads someone to commit such a horrible crime. And I was really excited to read this book, but one factor of this book was a really big turnoff, and it was the fact that one of the characters was a fantastic character, not like human. I don't want to say which character because if you decide to pick up this book, which you should, I don't want to give it away, but yeah, I wasn't expecting it. It was a surprise. It was a big surprise and not a good one. And I don't know, I really prefer my reading to be more realistic, even though I love Twilight, and that sort of goes against with this whole realistic liking of mine. But this book, I really wasn't expecting that fantastic character, and for that reason I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So the plot is basically about this teenage boy called John, and he self-diagnosed himself as a sociopath. He basically identified the signs of a sociopath, someone who has antisocial personality in himself, because these are some of the characteristics that he found in himself. He liked torturing animals. Not really torturing, he liked getting animals and killing them to see what was inside of them. He got these weird stalkerish obsessions over people. He was always fascinated by death and a lot of other things, but he's very rational about his situation. So he created these rules for himself, which basically sort of prevent him from becoming a potential serial killer. And these rules consist of, if he starts obsessing too much about someone, he will ignore that person for a week, and etc. And the main character, ooh, sort of a nice thing, I can put like my book here. The main character, John, really interests me. He really was a fascinating character because he was so young, yet he was so analytical and so like into psychology, and he was also fascinated by serial killers like me. Maybe not like me in the same way, like, you know, but he was also like interested in serial killers, in their mentality. He's an outsider, and he has this amazing self-control, and and he's just a really interesting protagonist. Then it occurs these killings in which town. Then they describe the killings as from a serial killer, and that makes John really excited to have a serial killer in his town. It's really interesting, the kills, because they're not normal, and I don't want to give away, but you should really. The thing about this book that really made me like it is that it is very mysterious, and it keeps you going because you want to know what happens next, so you keep going, and it doesn't have those ups and downs. I feel it's always like on the same pace. This book sort of reminded me of Criminal Minds and Dexter, because the way they were analytical with the psychology and mentality of the killer, and just overall people, reminded me a lot of Criminal Minds. And the character of John, the serial killer that's trying to control himself, is very much like Dexter. If you guys haven't watched Dexter, you should, because it's like an amazing TV series. It's like my favorite at the moment. And yeah, if you like those series, I think you'd really like this book. I would definitely recommend this book because it's really unique, really original. I haven't seen nothing like this before, and it's not like disturbing or creepy if you're looking like I'm not a serial killer. It's not like that. It's just very smart and mysterious, and I really, really enjoyed it. Except for that fantastical character that I wasn't expected, but maybe you like, I don't know, fantastical characters, so you give it 5 out of 5 stars. This book is in fact a trilogy, so I'll be ordering the other 2 books, and I'm very excited to read them. So let me know if you like this video, if you found it helpful, or if you have read I Am Not a Serial Killer. I know that Kaisa has read it, and her review was really great, so I'm going to be putting it down below so you guys can see a different perspective, someone else's view on this book. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!